Activating broadcasting sequence. Don't adjust your dial. You're listening to WFCK Radio. Discover the power. Half hour. With On the Spot with Preacher and the Spaniard. Welcome everyone and all species to the hottest voices in the morning. Your lover's favorite voice to wake up to in the morning. Here's your hosts, Preacher and the Spaniard.
With Preacher and the Spaniard.
Activating broadcasting sequence. Wow. Okay. Here we go. Hey, good morning, everybody. Spaniard here. I am in snow patrol. I have to make this. Good morning, Preacher.
Good morning, Spaniard. I was half wondering what you were going to show up like, because, man, I don't know if what you got is what I got, but holy cow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The storm is upon us.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you guys, I think your area got it a little far worse than my area. Because I was man, you got about what, 12 inches? Huh?
Yeah. Between Saturday's snowfall, which was about 8.5, 9 inches, and we got another 3 yesterday of lake effect.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm digging it, man. I'm loving this shit. I got like a snow army out there. You know, like that one the museum exhibit in China. They got all those yeah, I got them all lined up right now. But they're small. Right. They're like little people because, you know, I don't got time to be doing all that shit all day, but yeah, that's one project I'm working on. How was your weekend, my man?
Oh,
besides,
man,
the snow.
I mean, I spent a few hours digging out, so
dig it.
Yeah, and believe it or not, yesterday was actually the anniversary of Snowmageddon, if you remember.
Remind me which one, because I mean,
yeah, I know, right?
10 years ago.
So 10 years ago, 2011, it dumped, 2011 dumped 20.3 inches on top of 7 to 10 inches already on the ground in a 40-hour period.
Right.
If you remember all the cars that were left on Lakeshore Drive, just like sitting there because of all the snow drifts that came over, even a CTA bus. I remember the pictures of the CTA bus sitting there. So because of all the snow drift that came over and everybody just stopped.
So is it that bad? Like in the Chicago area?
In the Chicago area, it was. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't, this year, it wasn't that bad. This year, it was kind of nice to get it in stages because you were able to kind of clear out one stage before you got the second one. But yeah.
Damn. Oh, see, I'm digging it.
I still got a sweat on, man. I mean, I got a sweat on. So
were you outside already shoveling or?
Yeah. My father, my brother will be taking my dad to work this morning. And so I was outside shoveling, making sure that he had a path to get to the car and making sure the car had a path to get out to the street.
You guys got 4-wheel drive on that bad boy?
All-wheel drive. Not 4x4, but all-wheel drive. Ooh.
Yeah, right on. Well, there you go. You should be set then, right?
So I'm hoping.
You got to run errands today or get out there and make appearances?
Thankfully, no errands. I've got some paperwork I got to get done today, but I am doing... hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, a little challenge that people will see on Friday today.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
I worked really hard on this. No, actually, no, not really, but it's the minds, the creative minds behind the work, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I saw your stuff, and that was an interesting choice, what you took.
But I know, my stuff.
Yeah, I know you had a little bit of like, you had a little, well, the stuff that you bought, but I know you have the ability to forage a little bit out there as well.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping that I would get credit for, because I wanted to forage. And even still, when I found that find, I mean, holy shit. I mean, 6 drumsticks, man. 6 drumsticks for $1. I mean,
Yeah.
that's unheard of. And so
Yeah.
the first thing I thought of is, what the hell's wrong with them? And so
Right.
far, so good. I'm still standing. I'm still here. So, some of you guys are kind of like wondering, well, what's the big deal? The big deal is, would you buy 6 drumsticks for $1? I mean, I don't know. It
Right.
tasted good to me. So I bought 4
Yeah.
packages of those just for that occasion. But yeah, man, cooked them up
Yeah.
real nice and even had leftovers. And so it was a great little project that Doc had
Yeah.
Doc has presented us to. So yeah.
Challenge. It was a challenge.
Accepted.
Yeah.
Yes. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, so there's been some interesting things happening around the world today too.
You got me.
I love this one. So this one just came out an hour ago. So Lori Lightfoot, okay, has been at odds with CPS, Chicago Public Schools, for a while.
Okay.
And the teachers union, basically the school system has now said it's all safe, right? The classrooms are safe. Everybody can go back to school. We know how to control it. There was a private school that's been in since September of last year, who has, basically had a normal school year. And they've said, we've had 63 total cases, 12 of which we can trace through the school. The other 50 have all come from outside. So we know it's not the school that's transmitting this stuff. And I mean, that's a documented case. So that was their findings essentially after 6 months.
Right.
But what Lori Lightfoot has said is our kids need to go back to school. She has said, the public school CEO has said that teachers must return to the classroom, even though the teachers union just voted last week, they will not return.
Damn. So
the teachers union has been telling teachers to stay remote out of concern for safety during the pandemic. And I put safety in quotes because that is the main argument, but it's not been defined. Nobody's been said what it's going to take to make the classroom safe or unsafe, or, nobody's been able to give any like details on that.
Yeah.
So, but Lightfoot's saying, teachers, you better get your butts back in school.
Or what? Or else what? Is there an ultimatum?
Well, here's the problem. So the mayor said all pre-K to 8th grade teachers are to return to the classroom on Monday unless they have received a special accommodation. So if you're a high-risk candidate, essentially.
Sure.
If they don't comply, quote, here's the quote, we're going to have to take action, end quote. That's all she said. She said, we're going to have to take action.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I don't know, man. It sounds scary. I mean, it sounds scary. It sounds kind of uncertain.
So let me ask you a question on this one, because you've been through this a few more times, and maybe you're a little more familiar with it. Okay. When a union goes on strike and a company still needs to operate, what do?
They'll do whatever it takes. Sometimes they'll bring in whoever, non-union.
They bring in scabs, right?
Scabs, sure.
Yeah. So does that mean that the Chicago public teachers are going to be bringing in scabs to teach in the classrooms?
I could just see it now, man. They're like, well, who's out of work right now? Name an industry that's struggling. And let's see if we could fit that in.
Man. Restaurateurs.
Okay.
Restaurant owners, waitresses.
There you go. You call up some of those waitresses and wait staff, bring them into the classroom.
They know how to deal with multiple tables at a time.
Multitasking. I think they would work. Okay, so the restaurant
people.
Yeah, I think they could fit in.
Yeah.
How about the casino industry? I know some of the casino industries around here have been hit. Some people have lost their jobs there. Working again, customer service. Throw some dealers. Dealers, especially
there
the dealers. Charismatic.
They're handing out papers instead of cards. I mean, you can work.
Collect the papers and then boom, bada bing. You got that. Yeah. What I'd like to see, I haven't been to one in a very, very long time, but like the gentlemen's clubs, the topless gentlemen's clubs. Now I know they're not still open because, talk about social distancing. You can't see You can't have a lap dance from social distance, so I'm sure they're out of work.
You gotta base yourself in that
Plastic.
like old vinyl plastic stuff that grandmas put on their couches.
Yeah. And wear a shower cap.
Just shrink wrap yourself to the couch. Okay, now I'm ready.
Yeah. Or then I think they would do well. I think they would do well. I would say more along the lines of elementary school level. Put in the I don't know what they're called. What's the nomenclature these days? I don't want to call them strippers. Because it just sounds, there's a bad stigma with the name stripper. Adult entertainers, adult dancers, exotic dancer. How about
exotic
that?
Dancers?
Exotic dancers. And that's both sides, men and women. They're very charismatic when it comes to dealing with mostly drunk people, but they talk in a manner where it's soothing. So I think they would do well in the elementary school level, like from kindergarten to like about third grade. After third grade, the kids become assholes, and so they don't want to deal with that for that kind of money.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what other industry would benefit. Yeah, would make great teachers. But that would be that's a great topic. So now,
yeah,
I hear that tomorrow they're supposed to come back tomorrow, or tomorrow's the deadline, right? I mean, the schools are supposed to go back to school tomorrow, whether you like it or not.
Some of them are. So from what I'm seeing here, so this is supposed to be out, or this is supposed to start this coming Monday. So they have 1 week, and they're trying to work with the Chicago Teachers Union, the CTU, to try and get a deal done to try and get this stuff, to try and get teachers back in the classroom. But here's the problem. The CTU won't even come back to the table. They won't even discuss this.
That. Yeah, that would kind of piss me off. Like, if you're ready to talk, business and let's get some shit together.
Yeah.
And they didn't show up, a no-show.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's
yeah.
Glad I don't have to deal with that shit. Screw that.
I mean, this is the same person. I mean, to be honest though, the head of the Chicago's Teachers Union lost to Lori Lightfoot for the mayor's race last time. So
yeah,
I mean,
heritage there.
Yeah.
Oh man. So one of the things that was brought to my attention over the weekend and kind of ties into what's going on here, I guess nationally, aside from the snow, we know it's snow, it's wintertime. Oh, and happy February 1st, by the way.
Oh yeah, happy February.
Yeah. 28 more days left of this month, and then we go a step closer to March and spring and hopefully warm weather. So anyway, yeah, this past week, and Trophy Wife brought me a story about you hear about that well, you work out. You're a fitness guy, right? You're into fitness, yeah?
Not Kinda? As much as a lot of other people I know.
Okay. Well, you've heard of the stationary bicycle Peleton before,
yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Well, apparently there's an influencer, right? She's a coach, one of the coaches, the instructors for Peloton. And I don't know her name. And this is the brilliance of the story. Apparently she got her COVID test or her COVID vaccine already. And she's a young, a young, healthy woman. And she got her vaccine, and people were outraged about that. And I'm like, so I'm looking at Trophy Wife. I'm like, so why are they outraged? And she's like, can I finish? And so I let her finish the story. And apparently people were outraged because she got it. And her response was, all I did was go online and check in. And then people were saying, oh, she was using her celebrity status. And her response was, nobody knew the hell who I was. I was, Joni shit the rag man who just said I need an appointment for a shot. And they didn't know me from Shinola. So all I did was to work like any average Joe shit the rag man would do.
Yeah.
And got her shot. So here's my question to you there, preacher. Are people just looking for shit to bitch about? And I got to take this off. I can't breathe. Stand.
Yeah, dude, take that off. Absolutely. People are looking for crap. Absolutely. People are looking for crap to argue about, because think about what we've been conditioned to think about and see, especially through the media. Remember, if it bleeds, it leads. So if it bleeds, it leads. That means that the things we're concerned about are death, war, tragedy. Think about how many people, and I'm not even just, I'm saying people, but especially women. Think about how many people watch these like serial killer murder mystery things.
Yeah.
I mean, we are taught to look for the degradation and the deprecation of society.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, come on. Good morning, Chris, by the way.
Hey,
I mean,
look at that.
we're taught to look for that stuff. We're not taught to look for the good around us. We're taught to look for, the exciting, the adrenaline packed, the death, the war, the tragedy, the horror, that kind of stuff. Which is why it's so hard, I think, for many people to get into a positive mindset. I mean, it's really easy to be negative about yourself. Maybe I'm just speaking from personal experience, but it's really easy to go negative. It's really hard to go positive.
Yeah.
So I think part of that whole thing is we're looking for something that deflects attention off of my miserable situation and try and put the onus on someone else.
Yeah. No, I get it. I see it.
Yeah.
But why?
I mean,
I guess I just don't understand the why part of it.
It's the victimology understanding of it too, because if I'm the victim, now you have to feel sorry for me. And if you're feeling sorry about me, now the attention's on me, not on you.
Yeah.
Because, woe is me. Talk about me. It's about me. Instead of, well, look what somebody else has done. They've started this challenge or that challenge. Look at the people that go on Instagram and clean up beaches. That's inspired other people to go clean up beaches. Or, the people that, we just had 12 inches of snow. Think about it. The people that have gone to their neighbors and shoveled out their neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you going to go do that today? Are you going to go do that?
I'm going to do that for one of my neighbors. Yeah. She's
why not
like
the other neighbor?
Because one of the people over there doesn't have a job and he's like 26.
Oh, so put his ass to work. Yeah.
But exactly. So the person over there though is like 80 something and she needs help. So by all means, I have no problem shoveling that way.
You go, boy.
So there's, it's within the bounds. It's like, okay, you need some tough love. You need some, you need some love. So I got no problem with that.
There you go. Shovel or you got a snowblower?
Shovel. I have one shovel.
My total. Man, you go, boy.
So
you do it. Yeah.
And it is freaking heart attack snow, man. It is heavy, dense snow out there.
That is crazy.
So it's good. It's good packing snow. So for those who have young ones, take them outside, build a snowman, there's enough snow, build a fort, take a shovel out that little patch of green in front of you and put it all on the edges. That's their fort. Now you can go make snowballs.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously,
pelt the shit out of them, man. Like get them to feel the world. Like this is a real world learning experience, man. You're gonna get hit in the face with so much shit in your life. Get used to it now, man. And like rear back and throw that fucking snowball right in their face. See, my childhood rearing. Yeah, see, my girls went through that training back in the day. So they're in their young 20s now, but
get that whitewash. Get that whitewash. You get in there.
Get a big shit burger, man. This is gonna get used to it, So
that shit. Yeah, no, I don't blame you, man. Chris, for those of you who don't know, Chris lives down in Florida, and he used to live up in this area. So he is more than happy to say no more snow.
I don't know, Chris. What's better? I mean, is Florida really better? I mean, I don't know, man. We joke about Florida, about how much of a shit show the state of Florida is, but I mean, you live there now. Is it like a overexpanded Walmart? I mean, is there that many strange people living in Florida?
I thought it was just like a nursing home.
That too. It was like a big nursing home Walmart. Like the people of Walmart has opened their arms to the nursing homes. Yeah. See, that's Sandman, right? This guy's he's building like mermaids with big breasts. Don't tell me mermaids.
Do you want to build a Sandman?
But yeah, I think the last time I went to Florida, God, that was years ago. Man, that was a shitload of years ago. But I'm
actually scheduled to go to Florida in March.
No.
So
for punishment or for pleasure?
For a conference, actually. I'm going for about a week for a conference. So
very nice.
To get 1,000 new residents a day. Yeah, and they're all coming from Illinois. Hey,
yeah. Well,
We're
yeah.
scheduled. Actually, Illinois is scheduled to lose like a good number of seats from the House of Representatives because of the census.
Mm. Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, New York and California. Yeah.
Mhm. There's a lot of people
Oh,
evacuating from California too. California is scheduled to lose some seats as well. Texas is going to gain them. Florida is going to gain them. Arizona and New Mexico are scheduled to gain seats as well. But
mm,
I mean, it's the places everybody wants to get out of: California, New York, and Illinois. The,
yeah. When are you
the
jumping
three
ship?
most strict states in this union.
Okay, so 2 questions. When are you jumping ship and where are you going to? Because you know you're gonna leave Illinois eventually, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So where would you wanna go?
Where would I want to go?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And don't say Florida. Don't you dare say Florida.
To be honest, my first choice would probably be something like Tennessee.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Now
Tennessee wouldn't be bad. I mean,
now why Tennessee?
Florida would be okay. Alabama would be okay. Mississippi would be okay. Texas would be fine. I would be fine with Texas because Texas you can find other, like Texas. Everybody thinks it's just a desert. That's
Yeah,
more like Arizona.
right.
But Texas, you have up in the northeastern part, there's these rolling green hills. Now,
Mhm.
granted, it does get a sauna because it does get as hot as a sauna in the summer because of all that humidity down there.
It does get kinda
But
hot. Yeah.
yeah, because you get that that Gulf air that comes up here has to go through
Right.
there first. But
Mhm.
I have no problem living there. I've been to California. It would be fine except for the taxes and the government.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I want to be able to do things. I just want to be able
Yeah.
to do things. Um,
So that's
Trying to
pretty
think
good.
where else would be okay.
You got a pretty good lineup there then.
And Georgia would be another good one. I'd be
Yeah.
down for Georgia.
Okay.
So I've got a couple of friends in Georgia. I could probably get somewhere around Atlanta that
That is
wouldn't be
strange.
bad.
Yeah. None of those states I would ever go to again. I think I've
No,
been there, done that. Yeah. I think that's it. I would
Tennessee.
have
How about
Oh,
Tennessee?
Tennessee. I would say Tennessee. Yeah. With the
Tennessee,
exception of
maybe
I
even
agree.
Kentucky. I'd be down with
Yeah.
Kentucky as well.
No, both
You
those
know,
states are pretty rocking. I mean, because
yeah,
of the scenery, beautiful scenery. The people are pretty
yes.
friendly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'd definitely go back to those 2 states. Yeah.
Um, I, I'd I'd probably I'd be down for Tennessee. I'm actually planning a trip. I don't know when or if I'll ever be able to take it, but I want to
Mhm.
go see the Shiloh battlefield from the
Mm.
Civil War.
Yeah.
I want to go see that because I've been reading a lot about that. I've been reading a lot about like Grant and Sherman and the Western campaign lately.
Yeah.
And it's just this thing where I'm like, oh, I'd really love to go see Shiloh.
There you
Um,
go.
so I'd also like to do I'd like to do the Bourbon Trail too. I'd be down for that.
See, that's what I thought. Like, preacher, man, you're going to all these states that have a really strong banjo presence. I mean, you
Banjo dreaming.
you do have a pretty mouth, man. We have been told. Yeah.
Do.
And I think that was one of your features on preachers.com, preachersonly.com, is that you got a couple hits because they said you had a pretty mouth. So I mean, we're moving in the right direction, but
Yeah.
yeah,
They
yeah,
they love my radio voice.
that's
They're
what it
okay with
is.
the radio voice. Now if they could just, now they just need to work on my face. Once they work on my face and then finish up with my body, then they'll be okay.
We could do that. Yeah, we could work
Yeah.
on that. Yeah.
But the radio voice is what they seem to like right now.
Yeah. Well,
So
rock on, man. Well,
yeah, when you put content creator, they always start asking what kind of content,
mhm.
and it's like,
Oh, see,
maybe not
I've never
maybe not
thought
the
of
content
that.
you want.
That's a good title. Content creator. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, that has a nice ring to it.
So when you say you're a producer of a show and a content creator, and they're like, oh, okay, what content? What do you
Mm,
produce? Like,
yeah. What would you
it
like to know?
gets them a little interested. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
I have a little studio here in my garage. Why don't you come on
Yes,
over? No, my basement. In my basement. Yeah.
in the basement.
Come to
You
my
got that.
basement and show
You
it.
got that jacuzzi outside. You got the hot tub going. So
Yeah, we thought about that. We were gonna do a show called Hot Tub Time, just a show where we talk, but it's loud, bubbles.
Yeah.
We would need to have a boom mic, right? Like somebody to hold the boom mic right over it. But that's dangerous, I don't know.
You need to get it and get like one of those nice secure lines and then just like wrap it around the rafter, like have a little trellis wrapped around the rafter and just drop the mic like this.
That's an idea too. I might do that. Yeah. All right, Dr. Chris, you go fix some spines, my man. You go.
Yeah, man.
Pour some.
You go straighten people out.
Straight them out.
I'm actually hoping, depending on what I can do, I'm actually hoping to go see Chris in March. We'll see what happens though.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be the first time in a long time since I've seen him. So
I would like to go back to Florida to check out the Salvador Dali Museum. I think that's in I forgot it's in a Florida city. I forgot which one, but I think Orlando. It might be Orlando. Might be maybe even further south. But those two reasons only: to see that museum and to go spearfishing. I want to go to Key West and see if I could spear some fish and eat it right there on the beach. Spend like 2 or 3 days on the beach. No hotels. I don't want to spend the night at a hotel. Like just on an island with some mosquito repellent and just access to firewood. And so I could just catch and cook what I eat right there. Catch it and cook it. That's my dream.
St. Petersburg.
That's it. Yes.
St. Petersburg. Which
that's where I have to go.
My great-grandfather used to live in St. Petersburg. So he lived there for like 35 years.
Right. So he could hook me up.
He sadly he passed away, but he came straight from the old country. So he was from the Netherlands.
Oh, Netherlands.
So yeah. So he came from the old country and said, I'm moving to Florida.
I could see that. Right on. Well, I'm not quite sure. We did get a message this morning. Ogre may not be able to make it back in time tonight for a Monday Motivation with Ogre. So we're kind of up in the air as far as our production notes for today or our agenda for today. So I don't know. Stay tuned. We may not. We may have a replacement or a sub, or we might just take the night off, depending, because there's a lot of snow out there people are dealing with. So we're gonna go with that. But anyway, that's all I got. Preacher, anything left on your plate before we shove this one off into the archives?
I'm going to continue with our this day in history for February 1st.
Hell yeah.
So this day in history, the Oxford English Dictionary debuted February 1st in 1857. They actually came up with a 4-volume, 6,400 page work, and it took approximately 10 years to finish. In fact, it finally took until 40 years and the 125th copy before it was finally complete. Over 400,000 words and phrases in 10 volumes and published under the title A New English Dictionary on Historical Principles.
That is wonderful. When was the last time you opened up an actual book library or a dictionary?
A dictionary?
Yeah. When was the last time you actually cracked one open?
Probably 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago.
Wild.
I mean, for an actual dictionary, I've looked stuff up on the internet. I read all the time. So like, if there's a word I don't understand, maybe I'll like pop on the internet and go, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Or most of the books I read, let me see if I can find one near me. No, I don't have one near me, but most of the books I read, as you go, they'll say a word or a phrase, and like the next chapter is like dedicated to defining that word or phrase.
Yeah.
So
we played Scrabble earlier this during this quarantine, and we had an actual. We said we cannot use any technology, but we had a dictionary.
You had a dictionary.
So like, wow, man! I haven't opened one of these things in like years. So
that's crazy.
Pretty nice. So open up a book for once.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of opening up books, I got to go teach a class here pretty soon, and I don't know, maybe prepare for some more, maybe a little campfire or another fire for another fireplace day today, and reading by the fireplace. So yeah, stay tuned later. We'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in, not tuning out. This is the Spaniard. This is the Spaniard and Preacher. Keep it tight.